So we finally have the version 5 update for the SP-404 Mk2, and it is confusing. The main update that they've added is now the SP-404 can integrate with Serato DJ and Serato Studio. And you heard that correctly, it's Serato DJ and Studio and not Serato Sample, which is an interesting choice for integration. I know Serato DJ is somewhat popular. I don't know anybody that uses Serato Studio, but perhaps that could be cool too. I think a lot of people would have appreciated integration with Serato Sample, which is a really popular sampling plugin. And they've done something similar like this before with the version 4 update when they added Koala Sampler integration, which was amazing and widely positively received by a lot of people. It allowed SP-404 users to get the best parts of the SP-404, but also the Koala Sampler, which is a really good sampler and has some different features that don't exist on the SP-404. So that integration really made sense and really worked well. But as far as adding integration for Serato DJ and Studio, I don't quite understand the motivation for this. I don't think people were looking to use the SP-404 as a dedicated DJ controller. And like I said, Serato Studio, I just don't know many people who use it. And maybe it might be worth checking out Serato Studio just to check out this integration, but it's not exactly cheap, and I think a lot of people have their DAWs that they already really like, and they don't have a huge desire to switch just for this integration. Now, I don't want to be totally ungrateful here. I do really appreciate that Roland is still doing new things and releasing these free new updates to this device that at this point is 4 years old. But I think this sense of confusion about this particular update is shared amongst the SP-404 community, considering the video that they released about this update just 12 hours ago has a lot of comments from people begging for sidechain compression and not really too excited about these Serato integrations. And I realize maybe from a technical perspective, sidechain compression is maybe impossible on the SP-404 Mk2, and it's not something that they'd ever be able to add. But if it is possible, Roland, please. And while we're here, let's just take a look at the patch notes and see what else they added. So for the first 2 bullet points, we have our Serato integrations, and starting on the third, we have the current settings, how to start resampling, are now shown when resampling. That seems helpful, but not actually a feature or anything particularly exciting. When resampling, you can now select a sound generator to trigger resampling. That actually sounds useful for folks who like using the sound generator and want to do some resampling with it. You assign MIDI CC to the Control 1, Control 3 knobs. Okay, that's definitely a typo, but I think they're talking about some type of MIDI CC integration with the control knobs, which that's cool if you're into the MIDI integration on the SP-404. Skip back sampling can now be used in DJ mode. That's pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of the DJ mode, but I could see that being really useful for folks who like the DJ mode. And the skip back is one of the best parts of the SP-404, so the more use you can get out of skip back, the better. So that's great. And the SP-404 Mk2 startup screen has been changed. Not really a feature, just a cosmetic thing, so that is what it is. And then there's also some bug fixes. So not exactly an exciting or interesting update unless you happen to be particularly interested in those Serato integrations, which don't include Serato Sample, unfortunately. But otherwise, maybe it's worth updating just to get the bug fixes, and hopefully in the future, Roland, if you're listening, sidechain compression, please, please. I would love you forever if you implemented sidechain compression on the Mk2. And with that, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.